Living the dream.
Oh, tight swinger, mate.
And he gets to see my face every week, so I mean, how lucky is he? Absolute professionals at this. We do put it on YouTube.
I'm genuinely impressed, mate. Genuinely impressed.
Edit that. We'll cut that bit out. Happy Dad Tales Day.
Happy Dad Tales Day, my friend.
Don't know what happened then, I got a bit carried away.
Just started about me consent. I didn't even know we'd started.
I just got a bit of a stutter on. Season 2, episode 47. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I'm having a good old week.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Pray tell, my friend, pray tell. Come into the corner.
Oh, this weekend, I went to London, baby.
You hit the big smoke, did you?
Oh, I did. I loved it. It was a right laugh.
Oh, that's good.
What did you do this weekend?
I went to London, baby.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, we headed down. Dad Tales was on tour.
Yeah, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Down in the big smoke.
Yeah.
I do like London.
Yeah. I think we said this on way back. Like, I've always, like, from a young age...
Hang on, we didn't say much on way back.
No, we didn't. I slept on way back.
You was proper party pooper.
I
was up for disco dancing.
He was a grumpy guy as well. But on way there, I was talking to someone today, and I said, on way there, I was like, yeah, proper like, get to London, had a couple of beers, and went round, and all this jazz, and then we hit Camden, yeah, and then I was like, got that train, and I was like, I've had enough now, get me home. I've had enough.
That was a long train drive home, wasn't it?
Yeah, because I said on the way down, it must have been like a 2-hour train drive, maybe an hour and a half, something like that. But it felt like 20 minutes, didn't it? It felt like we weren't on that train long.
Yeah.
Coming back, if it was a 2-hour train journey, it felt like 6. It was murder coming back.
Yeah, when you're tired, time just slips doesn't it?
And I couldn't sleep. And I said this as well, when I've been on planes before. Ooh, look at me. But on the plane, you drop the tray table, I can get my hands on the tray table, then my head on my hands, and I can sleep. I've got enough room to sleep. On that train, I'm not joking, I felt like someone snapped me back in two. I was like, proper crippled up, my neck was hurting. I was like, why is this more confined than an airplane?
It's not. Last time you went on a train, you were 2 stone lighter.
Boy. A plane, you mean, not a train.
A plane.
No, I wasn't.
No, I know what you mean.
I thought I was way more confined.
When I was a kid, I used to sleep on a washing line. I could literally sleep anywhere. In fact, I used to sleep on the back parcel shelf in back car window. I mean, you can't do that nowadays, but I used to sleep there. I used to sleep...
a dog, like killed him on parcel shelf.
I used to sleep in footwell. You know, like behind my mum's seat. In the footwell, in the back seat.
Why?
I was only a little kid. But I don't know.
See, when I was a kid, I used to lay across all 3 seats and go to sleep. I don't care who was in the seats. I don't know across. I used to love that. I used to get in the middle, put them, because the middle belt was like a lap belt, wasn't it? It didn't go over. So I'd lap belt myself in, and I just lay across the side and go to sleep and lay the full thing. I used to love that. In hindsight, if it would have crashed, it'd probably cut me in 2.
Yeah. Well, I was in the footwell, and we did crash.
Oh.
We had a big car accident. Well, not going too deep, but yeah, we had a big car accident.
Oh, you're all right. Oh, that explains it.
Tells a lot about that stuff. But yeah, so what was we doing in London? What did we do?
Went for a Jolly Boys outing, didn't we?
We literally did Jolly Boys outing, didn't we? Yeah. Let's go watch
Down to my game.
The Only Fools and Horses musical.
Yeah.
Which was class.
It was better than class. It was really good.
I mean, I'm not afraid to admit this. I love a musical.
See, I don't mind the musical. I went to see Billy Elliot the musical. That was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I've not seen that, but I would quite like. Do you know? I don't think there's a musical I wouldn't go see. Apart from Mamma Mia, I don't like that.
Yeah, so for me, I've got to have an interest in the musical. I've only been to do 2, but I couldn't, like you say, I couldn't watch Mamma Mia because even the film don't float me boat.
No.
I couldn't watch like Phantom of the Opera. I couldn't watch like Romeo and Juliet. I couldn't watch anything old, but I could watch like a new version of a West End show.
Yeah.
If you get where I'm coming from in that sort of aspect.
I want something that wows me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'd like to see? I don't even know if it is on as a musical. The Greatest Showman.
I'm surprised there's not been a musical of that.
I'm a big fan of that. I've been to see Annie.
Is that good?
Oh, man, yeah. I love it. I think Annie is my number one.
What?
Numero uno musical.
Film musical or musical stage musical?
All of it. All of it. New Annie, old Annie. The whole lot.
Do you know what? I don't like Annie.
Oh.
Unpopular opinion. I don't like Annie.
Bombshell. Why do you like Annie? Because she's a redhead.
No, it's just never fully but. And I've watched the new one with Jamie. The original just proper did not do all for me. And then I've watched the new one with Jamie Foxx, and my kids love it, and I'm like, this is worse than the original, I think.
Oh.
And yeah, it just didn't end up for me.
It's very disappointing.
Yeah.
Very, very disappointing.
I don't think it's a sad film or a thingy. It's just, I'm okay. And then
we might have to end this now.
Okay. What, the whole podcast?
Yeah, we're done. We are done. So, what I liked about London, although we didn't see a massive amount of London, we got there, we did Covent Garden, which I don't think I've done Covent Garden. Not like we did. We had a bit of a walk around sort of street performing.
Yeah, which I've been for. I love street performing.
Got yourself involved as well,
I'm going to say, to the point where we rocks up and I'm a different character to you. I love to watch random things. I was like, hey, watch this. And you're like, I'm going to watch a magic trick. And I'm like, ooh, magic. I loved it. I could have spent hours there. I mean, there was a guy doing some whips and stuff like that. And I was like, as much as I'm not entertaining, there's not much as one entertaining. I was thinking I could stay and watch and see what goes on from here. But obviously I didn't want then just me watching you having to watch because I'll
be honest, I would have left you.
Yeah, that's what I was worried about.
The guy with the whips weren't very good.
He was odd, wasn't
he? He didn't. Unless you're listening, then he was awesome.
Yeah, he wouldn't want because he had very poor stage presence, don't you think?
Yeah, he just didn't have a bit of a personality.
Whereas that Magic Man, he had some good presence.
I was watching him because I knew you was working out these magic stuff. Where I was just watching and being entertained, and so was everybody else. You was like, no, I know you're doing that. Yeah. Why don't you just call him out?
Because that's wrong.
You should have just called him out. No, you don't. Absolutely not. Hit Leicester Square.
Yeah.
So and then watch the show and then hit Camden.
Yeah. So we did Trafalgar as well, didn't we? We rocked straight into Trafalgar.
Oh yeah, we walked through Trafalgar Square as well. And I think that's what I like about London is that it's just very different. Couple of underground stops and you're somewhere completely.
I love the underground though as well.
We didn't get the underground wrong once either.
No.
But people say it's so hard.
I don't think I've ever been to London and got the underground wrong.
I think I have, but I don't mind it because you generally go on and go, all right, we're going the wrong way, let's get off and we'll come back. It's not that
every time we walked onto the platform, a train just appeared, didn't it, as well?
Yeah.
But people moan, trains not coming off. I was like, how often do you need to go? One of them, we walked on platform and the train just pulled away, sort of things. We were almost like we're running for it. Train pulls away. I had a quick chit chat with you. 2 seconds later, train's coming through. I was like, well, what's the problem here?
Yeah.
Literally, it must have been less than 5 minutes.
I'll tell you what I wasn't keen on, and it was only something that I've sort of realised, looking back now, is that I was talking to somebody today, and we've been talking about COVID again, and it seems to be rife again, doesn't it? We're on that little tube, literally being lap danced by 14 people. I'm thinking, this is where you ain't getting away from COVID if it's in here. But
I went down inside COVID, and it was no different. Like, you know, everyone's like, it's back to normal. Well, I think it was already back to normal.
Yeah.
Last time.
I was thinking, because I think the last time I went to London, before COVID, you're kind of watching people think, why are you wearing a mask? They're the sensible people.
Yeah. Well,
they're beyond the curve.
Well, it's all the smog in it and stuff like that. My brother-in-law grew up in London. I remember talking to him. And he spent all day like on the motorbike, whizzing out of traffic and do like delivery man and stuff like that on motorbikes. He said I said, it's not that bad. I mean, I've walked around London. I'm not walking around going, bloody, I can't see where I'm going. Smog everywhere. What's going on? And don't get me wrong, there's cars flying around non-stop, but no different. I mean, there's been a bit more traffic, but no difference being in any old city. Do you know what I mean? I go Hull, there's cars driving around me and stuff like that. I do understand it's a bit more gridded, a bit more thingy. And he said he used to get home and he'd take his mask off and things like that. And everywhere where no helmet or no mask is touching his face, which is black covered in stuff.
Yeah, I've heard stories of people that live there, when they come out of London, they go, I can breathe. Which, we're there for a few hours out.
But when we was walking around Covent Garden, there was no cars. We were on Trafalgar Square.
A lot of weed, though.
Yeah, no, it was Camden. There was a lot of weed.
Oh, yeah, Camden, mate.
But once again, through Camden, there weren't cars bombing around, was it? I mean, we were walking through...
Police cars.
Yeah, there was. But we was walking in road at one point, weren't we?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
With masses of people. So the whole... It's booming. It's down the main streets, like the Oxford and Piccadilly and stuff like that. Where it's busy.
Do you know what? I didn't feel it was really busy.
No.
I didn't feel. I've been to Manchester and stuff before. I felt like I'm penned in certain places. So I didn't feel it was really busy. And again, people that do say, "Oh, it's busy in London. It's busy in London." Yeah, because you go on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Everywhere's busy on a Saturday. Or you go on joint holidays. Everyone's busy. Go joint day when it's. And I'm not saying it's not busy. It's always capital, but.
Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, and like I say, I don't feel like I had to like push my way through anything, or didn't have to struggle to get on out. Do you know what I mean?
Even underground, I didn't feel like sometimes
flowed in, didn't we?
queuing for stairs to get on stairs. That a couple of seconds.
Yeah,
was
we were queued for tapping in as well, didn't we?
Yeah,
I think that's the best thing ever. They've sorted that out.
Yeah, how much did it cost us?
$7.90.
$7.90. That's not bad, is it?
Yeah.
Travelled all day from where we went.
Jumping on and off.
Yeah.
We must have about 7-8 journeys on underground, was it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
it must be 8 because we didn't.
But if you
get stranded anywhere.
But if you put that in a taxi,
way more.
$7.80 before you'd have left. Unless it was a fake taxi.
We didn't
get that. What else have you been up to this week?
Apart from that, not a great deal. Work and stuff like that, which is the normal boring stuff. Ava was in a football tournament. There was 7 teams, and she finished third. Her team. They only lost one game. They played really well. Bit of a weird tournament because there was 7 teams, little round robin. There was all so they played 4 games, and the other ones played 4 games. Everyone played 4 games somehow. I don't know how they did it, but we didn't necessarily play every team.
Yeah.
So it was like a random. Then whoever got the most points after your 4 games, we thought we'd go through to a semi. So it was like we're third, right? Great, we can get semis. Do you know what I mean? We're definitely top 2, and that was it. Straight final. But if you can do that, you might as well just forget that and do a nice little round robin league. If you're gonna do just the top 2 go straight through to a final, what's the point?
Yeah, it's like they're dragging it out, isn't it?
Yeah, but the whole point of tournament football is that it'd been far better for the girls to just played 6 games, 7 teams, off you go.
Yeah, I've played in tournaments before where it's been like that it's weird numbers. They're not enough to make like a quarter, a semi, or a little league, and they've just kind of gone, right, yeah, you play 3 games, but you don't know who you play.
Yeah.
In fact, I've played in football tournaments myself as an adult like that, and it's like, well, how do you know you're playing the better teams or the worst
Well,
teams?
we could have played the 4 best teams, but then someone else...
But the 4 not so best teams. Yeah.
And gets it final and gets a lucky win.
Yeah.
And granted, do you know what I mean? They've done well to...
And who creates the draw, right?
Exactly, yeah.
The home nation.
Yeah, well, the only game we lost was the team that won it. So, and it was a tight game as well. Whereas they beat the team they played in the final, they absolutely hammered them.
Yeah. It's not bad then, is it?
No, the girls, I tell you what I've got to say though, was the other side of Hull, and it was under, I don't know where we are, under Summits, there was another under Summits, and then another one.
Investigation.
Yeah. So you're talking 7, 14, 21 girls teams playing football. It was just a girls tournament.
Oh, nice. It was all one place.
Yeah, it was really good to see that. It was just all girls playing football. So I don't know if it was like Saturday and Sunday and they had odds and evens age groups, but really good to see that women's football state. And you can't say this, this is because of the Lionesses, because Lionesses just happened.
Yeah, so last week.
Right, let's ramp up loads. But I'm like, this is great that women's football is like massively on the rise.
Yeah.
And I suppose you don't see it unless you're in it.
I think as well, whenever things like this happen, it does take time to kick in.
Of course it does.
Because like when I was talking on Saturday, I don't know why I didn't think that Ava was in an all girls team. I don't know why I thought it was maybe a mixed team. But if there's enough to make that girls team,
we've got 2 for Ava's age.
Yeah, which is great. And I was thinking, well, how does that work? But when I was younger, girls that played football had to play with boys.
Yeah, because
there weren't enough to make it. So it's good, but it does take that time, doesn't it? It does take them years to be able to get in, change people's thoughts and stuff like that. And
yeah, I mean, I played with girls. I mean, well, some of them boys that behave like girls.
That bit's definitely getting edited for comedy effect. Super. Right, let's talk about this week. What we got as a topic this week?
So our topic is whatever happened to ... So this is we've had a bit of a creative pinch off this, haven't we? So this is off a podcast we both listened to, haven't we?
Yeah. But this just sort of struck me a few weeks ago because I'll give you my first one as an example, and this is where it sort of I thought we could have a chat about this. I was coming down motorway and I saw a hitchhiker. I hadn't seen a hitchhiker for a long, long time. Whatever happened to them? Mm-hmm. People just stop getting in people's cars randomly. Did COVID stop hitchhikers?
Have you ever picked a hitchhiker up?
No, but I have hitchhiked.
Did you get picked up?
Yeah.
See, we've picked a hitchhiker up. Now, so was coming down back from where we've been to my auntie's, who lives in Derbyshire, And we stopped. No, I tell you what, we used to always meet at the services. It was as broad as it was long, so one at services. So we used to drop my brother off. So we'd drop my brother off, my auntie would come pick him up, we'd meet at the services, we'd have a chinwag, and then they'd take my brother then on. It was like, and as I was leaving services, we got like down the slip road, and Moon went, and stopped, and I was like, and I'm young, do you know what I mean? I'm like 8, 9, and I was like, what are you doing? She's like, someone wants to hitchhike to our town. Do you know what I mean? Borrowed our town. So she reverses back up the like slip road.
Pro driver.
And then says, "Oh, we're going there. Do you want a lift?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "No." So I was in back as well. Because back in there, we never sat in front, did we? Like my kids sit in front sometimes. We were like, so I'm in back. This random guy gets in. I'm like, "What is this fake taxi? You can't do that." No, but I was like, "What is going on here?" You know what I mean? So I picked this guy up and dropped him off in our town. I was like,
I've always thought, do like hitchhikers pay? Do they give you something for it? Or is that all part
I don't know.
of it?
But for my mum, obviously being a taxi driver, she's used to picking people up. So to her,
She's supposed to charge you.
I know. But to her, what's the difference picking some random guy up on a Saturday night in town?
Because you pay for her services.
Yeah, but it's still gonna be weird though.
Yeah, but at least you're getting paid for him to be a
But for me, it's just been Samaritan. But for me, it was like, this guy could be a murderer, it could be, do you know what I mean? And,
it's interesting that at 7, 8 year old you're thinking that.
It probably scared me.
New daddy!
It probably scared me. It probably stuck with me. I always remember it. And that's the only time I will pick a hitchhiker up.
Do you need to just point out on this teddy bear where this guy touched you?
There, and there.
It didn't touch me anywhere. So ugly. Right, shall I tell you what else I've got?
Yeah, go on, what else you got?
Fluffy dice.
Fluffy
dice used to be a thing that seemed to be like the thing of all cars. It was a thing. It was in everybody's window.
So, to go with that one, can you remember dust caps? You used to get metal dust caps on boy race cars.
Yeah.
That's something you don't see anymore.
Ones,
boy race cars either.
You don't see that many, actually, do you?
No.
Unless it's a generational thing. Because when I was young, I'm not saying my car was a boy race car, but it was certainly, you knew of like meats and stuff that were going on. And
yeah.
Not the vegetarian kind. Do you remember sticky fly catchers?
Yeah. Who's hanging from roofs? Yeah.
So I just run around my house now with a badminton racket smashing flies to pieces.
Yeah.
But them things were horrible. My grandma used to have them. And at the time, I just thought, oh yeah, it's just a fly catcher. But take a closer look at it. There's just literally dead flies hanging from the ceiling. What are we doing?
Absolutely awful.
And have you ever touched one?
What, a fly?
No, like a sticky fly catcher.
Yeah.
So you touch it, and literally it's like glue. And then you move your finger, and it's just attached for literally forever.
Do you know you don't see anymore? The phone book. Whatever happened to that?
Well, I got one delivered the other week. But honestly, I'm not joking, but I was so shocked. And do you know what I did with it? Put it in the blue bin. First thing I did was to see if my name was in it.
Was it?
No. Not have a phone.
Hang on. It had proper directory.
Yeah, right. So it was the phone book. When phone books used to come, they were massive.
Yeah.
This was like a leaflet, which just tells me that people don't have their phones. It's a weird one. It was weird when it came.
The
through.
phone book always bamboozled me in the fact that if I sort of had a house number in a street, I could find out who lives there by name. I could reverse engineer who I wanted to.
When you wanted to what?
No, who's house Megan?
Well, you would have to go through the whole book to find out the address.
Why was it named first?
Well, if you went down a street and threw tomatoes at somebody's house, you'd then have to come back to your phone book, start at A and go, right, 57 High Street.
Right. I thought it was in street name order.
No, it was in name order.
So you look for the name and then you're looking if they live at that address.
Then the address, then the phone number would be there, yeah.
Right. See, I'm a generation where phone books was about, but obviously I was too to know what they are, to then, mobiles and not need one.
We used to flick through a phone book.
What for?
To get numbers for girls.
Cold calling?
Sometimes, yeah. No, but if you saw a girl at school, you'd know her name, you'd know roughly where she lived. So you go through a phone book, find a number. then ring up and go, and then hang up. and then 1471 came in. You jiggered them. Handkerchiefs.
Well,
handkerchiefs are absolutely disgusting.
My dad still uses handkerchief.
For what?
Blowing his nose, what do you think?
What does he do with it?
Puts it back in his pocket.
Oh. If you just think about that as a thing.
Oh, yeah. So COVID started.
If you blew your nose on a tissue,
yeah,
you won't put it back in your pocket, would you? Stick it in a bin?
No.
So why is it, pardon me, why is it acceptable to do it with a handkerchief?
I'm not advocating it. I hate those people who will go, and I've seen it before, they'll blow their nose, and they'll go, and spit in it, and they put it in the pocket. I'm like, what are you doing with that? Because next time you get that out of your pocket, you're then going to shove that snot back in your face as you blow your nose. I don't get it.
Did you, I'm sure, my dad used to have a handkerchief. When I was a kid, as I grew up, I think they suddenly dispersed because he probably realised how disgusting they were. And I'm sure there was times when he'd just pass me the handkerchief to wipe myself. And I'm like, oh, am I wiping your snot on my face?
Yeah, because whenever if I use a tissue, it's because I need to blow my nose and there's shit coming out my nose. Sorry, there's snot coming out my nose. But sometimes I'll blow my nose and there'll be some rock hard big buggers. Next time I come to, I'm going to get one stuck in my beard if I'm not careful.
You won't wipe your bum and stick that tissue in your pocket, would you?
Oh, I don't know. Hang on, Dragon's dead. I think we're on to some
recycling at its best.
Oh man, yeah.
I never got the idea of it. Stick a handkerchief nice and pointy and put it in your suit jacket pocket. That's the only way you should have.
But that's not a handkerchief, is it? That's like what's that called? Something square, isn't it?
Yeah, a hanker square.
It's like a suit square or something, or a tie square. But that's not a handkerchief. That's just a matching tie. You don't blow your nose on that, mate.
Whatever it is, if it comes out and
handkerchiefs. What's going on?
Stop using it.
So I've got one. The alarm clock.
Yeah, it's a fair point.
No needed. Do you have a clock in your bedroom?
No,
it's a clock.
None of them either.
See, we don't. Amy can't do it ticking. So sometimes she goes.
Does she like beef though?
But that's probably the best joke you've ever told.
Oh.
But sometimes, if she can't sleep.
I love laughing at my own jokes.
You're the only person. Sometimes, when she can't sleep and she goes downstairs, she'll take the clock off the wall, I said the clock, and then put it in the dining room.
Wow.
Because she can't stand the ticking.
Insert joke here. Neck braces.
Do you know what? I saw a kid with neck braces earlier on.
Did you really? Just because I said I saw a phone?
No. Last couple of days, I thought, God, I wonder if he's genuinely got, because this is something I don't really understand. If you hurt yourself, unless I got a pot on, which I've broke my leg, I don't wear too much for a leg strain or a thing. But your neck, I understand you got mobility and stuff like that. But surely me holding my head steady and turning my shoulders is the same as wearing a neck brace.
Well, do you think that's why you don't see them anymore? Because I've not. I remember as a kid, obviously, I've mentioned we had that car accident, and there was times afterwards where my mum had to wear a neck brace, but it was just like a cuff. It's like you could buy it down at your thing, and it just strapped around your neck, and it just kept you a bit secure. And I used to see people every now and again wearing them, but I hadn't seen somebody wear one for years.
Well, like I say, I've seen the same guy 3 times at last week.
You should want a scarf.
No, it's definitely a neck brace. Chucking the old stiff shoulder turn. He was walking a dog as well. I saw him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because people wearing neck braces should not, I repeat, not be left in charge of a dog.
Yeah, of course I can.
No, I can't.
At one point, I was just saying...
How could he bend over and pick that bag of poop up?
He probably didn't.
Exactly. You mentioned their alarm clock.
His hips fold. His neck doesn't.
Do they though?
His knees will bend.
Maybe he's got a hip brace on as well. You mentioned there about the alarm clock, which is something that has been sort of phased out. Can you think of anything else that's sort of phasing its way out or might not be around in a few years? I'll give you an example. A calculator.
See, me...
I can see it.
Yeah. At work, I can't use my phone calculator because because I work with big numbers, sometimes I don't know if I've touched it or not. The screen, when I push a button on the calculator, I know I've pushed it. If I made it, because the phone doesn't actually do anything. I can't figure out if I've pushed it or not. Because what I'm doing is
can you just look and see?
No, because I'll be looking at the screen and I'm tapping away. I can't go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. I'm like plus. So I'm not looking.
You're a musical genius, for goodness sake.
So when I've got the calculator, because I know where the 1, 2, and 3 is, I know where it is and the thing, I don't have to look at the calculator.
You know where the 1, 2, and 3 is.
Yeah,
just show off.
No, because I use a calculator regularly, I know where things are, and I can do it by feel. So I'm looking at my screen, and I'm pumping up. I can't do it on my phone.
The calculator factory now must be absolutely crapping themselves. They must be going, yeah, we sold 1 billion in the last 10 years.
Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. Yeah. I mean, there's going to be a generational thing, but when was the last time you used a calculator?
What, not on my phone?
No, that was on your phone. Did you sometimes...
Yeah, I use calculators. I use maths in my job.
Yeah, I know, but do you sometimes think, I've done that wrong? Oh.
No, but do you know what I do sometimes? I sometimes Google the sum. Right, so if I'm working out percentages, for instance...
I don't mind that a little bit.
Then going, right, if on a test, for instance, somebody got 42 out of 50, I want another percentage of it, so I'll just put 42 out of 50 as a percentage in Google, and I get the answer.
Yeah, which is right.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel right. It don't feel like I'm doing the work. I should do the work, shouldn't I? Anyway, passwords.
What?
Passwords.
Whatever happened to passwords?
No, passwords. These are things that are on the way out.
No.
They're not going to be around.
Because your face and your thumb ID.
Face recognition, yeah.
But that's not in everything, is it?
No, hey, just listen to what I'm saying. This is on its way out.
I calm yourself down.
These are on its way out.
Yeah.
It's not obsolete as yet, but they are on that way.
Yeah, and do you know what else I think? Like the PIN number and everything's going to be on its way out.
Yeah, I'd agree with you.
Because I'm not surprised we don't have like a contactless to get into a bank.
To get in the bank?
No, as in like you go to a cash machine, tap it up to it, and you say what I want.
Yeah, I don't doubt that cash machines are not going to have to change.
Because what's the difference?
Cash machines could become obsolete.
Yeah, I completely agree because I don't carry cash, and I ain't carried cash for a long time.
Yeah,
drives my missus potty. Like her dad or things like that, they'll still go draw money out. So my previous boss still goes weekly to the bank and draws money out for the week. Because when I did all the cycle trip, and he said, "Oh look, I can't bank transfer, so I'll get you the money," and he brought me the cash.
Yeah,
I'm like, damn.
Penny jar.
What's supposed to do with cash? I don't carry cash. I mean, I can't put it back in my bank, or I can't get it back in my bank.
That's the inconvenience, isn't it? That you then have to go, I'm going to have to put this, I'm going to have to travel to a bank.
Well, I didn't. I just parked it and spent it as and when I needed it. But
Rockefeller.
I probably spent it far quicker than if I was using it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, yeah, I got money. Like, do you know the old thing where they used to say, oh, you don't know what you're spending with your card? But I'm now the other way around. If I've got cash in my hand, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll buy that. But I just waste cash. Whereas with my card, I'm probably more conscious of knowing what's in my bank.
I think with your card, it's the amount of times you tap it. You know that if you go to a shop, go, right, I've used it there, I've got another shop, I've filled the car up, put some petrol in. Oh, shit, I've used this card like 5 or 6 times today. Yeah. Should I be doing that? Do you know what I mean? It's like,
do you know what
I mean? TV remotes. Watch this space. They ain't going to be around in 5 years.
What am I going to shout? TV, put...
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is, yeah. As soon as I say it, that's Alexa, isn't it? Alexa, remotes. Play Dad Tales podcast.
This is an interesting one, because we talked a little bit about this on Saturday, is earphones without wires.
Yeah, sorry, it happened.
You don't want this, but you don't want this to happen, though, do you? Because you've lost one.
I've lost one. I always do. This is my third set. So I don't buy expensive ones because it's inevitable. I will lose one. And like I said to you, I just need a bit of string fastened to it so I don't lose it.
Like your mittens.
Yeah, but you can buy that now, can't you? You can buy little things that strap around so they go around your neck. So they'll hang from your neck. So then,
For your
do you know glasses holders?
Yeah.
You can buy them now for your earphones. It's like you don't lose them. So they hang from your neck. That's going back to where it was previously.
How very bizarre.
Yeah. You
How
can buy
very
them.
bizarre.
So yeah.
Car keys.
Yeah. But my mum's got a new car and it's she doesn't need car key with her, to the point where I went around the other day and she left it running for 2 hours because she thought she'd stopped it and stopped it. Took the key upstairs into the house and that. Didn't realise she'd left the thing running. I was like, come on,
Free taxis nowadays.
Yeah.
Paper receipts.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get
Even at
that
work, we're contemplating going paperless unless you ask for it, and you can even set up now. So if a customer is a regular to say, I want a receipt, or if you say, do you want a receipt, and say, yeah, you'll tick the box and say they ask for a receipt. So the next time, it'll say, do you want to check this person wants a receipt? You ask them, do you want a receipt? And if they say no, you tick no.
Yeah,
But then once you've said no, it won't ask me again to say this person do you want a receipt. It's a case of they'll say, can I have a receipt? Yeah, okay, yes. And they go back to the loop of their potentially a customer that wants a receipt.
A lot of places where you go now, they do say, do you want a receipt?
Yeah.
And I generally, unless I've got something that I might have to return, then I don't need a receipt.
But even that, I mean, I got some boots. I got a receipt. It was in the box. The box went in the bin with the receipt, gone. The boots failed, so I took it back and I said, look, I bought it on this day.
Diving boots.
Yeah. Surely you can find in your records on your till of the transaction. So it was on this day, I was in this store, there can't have many of these products sold on this day. He's like, yeah, I'll get you here. Yeah, I've got you. Okay, exchange it.
All right, nice one.
Which I think's how it is, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we could do that at our place.
Yeah, so my point was that you get asked if you want a receipt, so I say, oh no, and then it prints it anywhere, they just throw it in bin. My final one, things that won't be around forever, parking meters. You know the old school parking meters where you put a coin in and it do it? Because everything you just pay online now, don't you? You just go, I'm in this parking space, boom, there. Parking meters, not going to be around forever.
Yeah.
Do you remember them phone box things?
Yeah. I was telling someone about the phone box where they used to be, and there was like, didn't use your phone box. I was like, no, dude.
Yeah.
Definitely, I remember going there and playing phone calls, people. Do you know what would be another thing that would be a thing? Traffic wardens.
Yeah, because you won't need them.
Because CCTV and presence. Do you know what I mean? You go driving somewhere, you got all that jazz. I mean, we have virtual parking now.
Yeah. It's going to go to another level. We'll reconvene this topic in a few years and we'll go, do you remember them computer things?
Do you think it's for the good, though? Everything we just said is sort of putting someone out of a job somewhere along the line.
Well, I think industry changes, doesn't it? So you look at maybe how technology changed. So if you talk like apps and things like that, apps weren't really a thing 10, 15 years ago, whereas they are now. So people will start working within technology and computers and apps and stuff.
But there's only so many things you can do that ain't already there.
But we say that now because we don't know what's going to be there.
No, but yeah.
Them flying cars, they're going to be around soon, and them hovercraft board things that like Michael J. Fox had on Back to the Future, that's going to be around soon. We're going to need people to build them. And then we need people to write another highway code for the sky when they're flying around. And then we need people to build like helmets and stuff so it can fall off.
I worry about technology a little bit.
I think it's because it's moved very, very fast over the last 10 years.
Yeah, but I think we're moving faster than we are. Do you know, you always say the criminals are always one step ahead of you because before you do some sort of deterrent, they've already got another round it.
Yeah.
I think the criminals like 4 times ahead of us now.
Dear.
Like, I'm talking ridiculous. Like
they should be inventing stuff then, shouldn't they, rather than breaking it?
Well, probably are. Probably inventing things for them.
For their own games.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's build these alarms for buildings that don't really work.
That I can tap into and disarm.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is now. We rely on technology that much that surely if you cut the power, it's off.
It's off.
Off. Did you see that? This is what worries me as well. That SpaceX satellite fell out of the sky, so it failed. Fell out of the sky. I don't know if it fell from space or what, but it landed on a Tesla car.
Oh, the irony!
But yeah, it fell on an autonomous car.
Is that? Did it though? Because I'm a big skeptic. Did Mr. Tesla just go? Oh, it landed on my car.
It could be fake news.
Yeah.
But a satellite fell out of the sky, landed on a Tesla, absolutely obliterated this Tesla. Now, I don't know what happened to the people that was inside it, but the front end was just absolutely smashed to bits, and there's bits all over the road. Now, I don't know how true it was. I saw it like on pop-up, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is scary. Satellites falling out of the sky. It's not Truman Show thing, isn't it?
Bizarre.
World's ending.
Don't say that. Well, it is, I suppose, isn't it?
Always is, yeah. It's
always is.
Always going towards the end sooner than the beginning.
Instead of an unpopular opinion this week, as a bit of a change, let's mix it up a bit. I've got a question for you. Completely off the hook, and this is only because I've just literally watched a TikTok before we started this, and it was a guy he was offering somebody, it was in Ireland, €5. Accept €5, or I'll double it for the next person. So then it goes to the next person, offer them €10. At what point would you take that money?
€5.
So the woman took it at €80.
Yeah,
So she took 80 rather than pass it on, and the next person potentially got 160.
Yeah.
So went to 5. He said, no, pass it on. The guy at 10 was a bit scared and just walked away and went, double it. So he moved it on, went to 20 to 40 to 80, and then the woman took it at 80. Genuinely, at what stage would you take it?
Genuinely, if someone said, do you want €5? I go, yeah, thanks.
Even with exchange rate?
Yeah, even if they said, I'm going to double this for the next person, what's in it for me? I don't €5.
I don't believe you would.
Unless the next person was you.
No, because they didn't know who the next person was. This was one of them staged film things.
Yeah,
Somebody's obviously filming
I'm taking
it.
€5. Is that wrong?
There is no right or wrong answer to it.
I genuinely think I don't think I'd say double it. I go, yeah, thanks.
I think I'd want to see who was the next person, because I'd want to know if there was a bad person or not. If I'm thinking, if I take a £5 here and I could get myself a beer or a coffee or whatever.
That's what I was thinking.
Or the next person takes a tenner, which is fine, but what if they're not a nice person? And if they're not a nice person, I don't want you to have a tenner.
And they'll just take the tenner anyway if they're not a nice person.
Yeah.
I can't take the £5. I'm not a nice person. I genuinely think if someone said to me, because I'm not going to know the next person whatsoever.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit different if someone were around work and went, right, I'm going to ask everyone who works here. I'm going to start with you, Leon. There's £5. And then I'll ask the next person. I'll go, yeah, pass it on.
You're the guy at the top.
I know,
to you first.
Imagine they go around and they come to the end and go, thank you, there's my bonus. But hand on heart, I genuinely think I would just take the £5. But obviously you've seen this, so where would your stop question be?
I'd definitely, if someone was going to give me 20, because like I say, you've not seen the build up to it, have you? And it's literally someone coming up going, if I give you this £20, or we can double it and it'd be 40 for the next person, I'd probably certainly have to think, that's 20 quid.
Yeah. So it's beer.
Yeah, because I didn't look through the comments, and I just wondered what people would have said about her taking it at €80. Because they could have just kept going on. This could have gone up to 400-500 quid, £1,000.
Yeah.
Which could have really helped somebody, but it could have gone to a bad person as well.
Yeah.
So I don't think she was in a negative to accept €80. I'd kind of gone, I'd have definitely gone, someone offering me 80 quid.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
Because
interesting.
Have you seen that guy who asks geography questions? And he asks questions, and I'll say, so he'll ask you 4 questions, say, I don't know how much it is per question or whatever. But I say, I'll double it, or you can take the money now. Now, in that instance, I would always double it. I turned up with nothing, I'll try and take as much as I can. And even on a game show, I think that's my mentality.
You'd gamble.
That's gamble.
I've had a lovely show, David. I've had a lovely show.
I came with nothing, so I go with nothing.
With my BFH. Plus fair on.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of that, let's do this again next week. I have another moral dilemma question for you. I enjoyed that.
I'll try and get a moral dilemma question for you. Since I've done what you did and not done my homework properly.
Just see what kind of person you really are. Right.
I tell you what, moral dilemma. Have you heard of it's a philosophy question? A train's going down a track and you're on the switch and there's
oh god,
there's
a little girl on one side, a little boy on the other.
It's like that. There's four people fastened to the train tracks. So the train's gonna, I think they call it the carriage analogy, smart. So the train's going down the line and it's gonna hit 4 people, but you can switch the line and then it'll run one person over. Now, morally, is it better to move it to the single person, so you've saved 3 people but you've killed 1 person, or don't intervene, it's got nothing to do with it, but you could have stopped 4 people from dying? It's like a proper physiological... Good words in there.
We'll be back with an answer next week.
That's one for you next week. Seriously, think about it all week.
I don't want to think about it all week.
What would you do?
Keep it light-eyed. I'll see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday.
Keep smiling.
Stay safe.
Thank you for listening right to the end of this week's podcast, and we hope that you've enjoyed it. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at dad_tales_, or get involved by emailing us at dadtales@outlook.com. You can also now join our Facebook page by searching Dad Tales.
Keep the feedback coming. We are genuinely humbled by all the input and the comments you are providing us. Stay safe, celebrate small victories, and keep smiling.